Fake fake news is politicians, they make deep fake के बारे में भी आप लोगों ने सुना होगा. So what happens is these boundaries are broken and AI generates fake news and propaganda which influences the public, and it can bring disasters. It happened with Donald Trump and many other politicians. Manipulation of uh, different public opinions can be done and rights can be there through AI. It can be, and autonomous weapons which are life threatening can also be used through AI. Now, this is data bias. What is this word bias actually? Anybody? Bias means जब आप किसी एक तरफ ज्यादा झुके होते हैं, whether it is correct or not, that is what is bias means. जब शुरू में AI आया था, आपके पास Alexa था, it was a female voice. Siri, everybody started because it was easier to listen to a female person, so data bias came up. I'm talking about data bias also because it is in the form not only gender, it is caste and creed also. I'll show you a video after this where you'll come to know how data bias through these complex algorithms it has been used. See, I'll show you this video and I guess
This is why you should avoid mixing Barbie with biased AI image generators. What does a typical prisoner look like? What about a lawyer, a nurse, a drug dealer? What about a fast food worker, a cleaner, a terrorist, or a CEO? These are all images created by an artificial intelligence image generator called Midjourney, which creates unique images based off of simple word prompts. These AI image generators have exploded in popularity thanks to their impressive results and ease of use. Within a few years, as much as 90% of the images on the internet could be artificially generated. Given that generative AI will have a huge impact in shaping our visual landscape, it's important to understand that the reality it presents can often be distorted, where harmful biases relating to gender, race, age, and skin colour can be more exaggerated and more extreme than in the real world. Leonardo Nicoletti and Dina Bass at Bloomberg Technology generated and analysed more than 5,000 images created by Stable Diffusion. They prompted it to generate portraits of workers in different professions and sorted the images according to skin tone and perceived gender. They found that higher paying professions like CEO, lawyer, and politician were dominated by lighter skin tones, while subjects with darker skin tones were more commonly associated with lower income jobs like dishwasher, janitor, and fast food worker. A similar story emerged when categorizing by gender, with higher income jobs such as doctors, CEOs, and engineers being predominantly represented by men, whilst professions like cashier, social worker, and housekeeper were mostly represented by women. These racial and gender biases were found to be stronger than the reality of what was recorded in the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. For instance, women make up 39% of doctors in the US, but only appeared in 7% of the images. These exaggerated biases that AI systems create are known as representational harms. These are harms which degrade certain social groups by reinforcing the status quo or by amplifying stereotypes. A particularly extreme example was created when BuzzFeed published an article of AI-generated Barbies from different countries around the world. The Barbies from Latin America were all presented as fair-skinned, perpetuating a form of discrimination known as colorism, where lighter skin tones are favoured over darker ones. The Barbie from Germany was dressed in clothes reminiscent of an SS Nazi uniform, and the Barbie from South Sudan was depicted holding a rifle by her side. How are these biases created? First, we need to understand how AI image generators work. One of the most popular and powerful models are called Generative Adversarial Networks, or GAN for short. They have two parts: the generator, which acts like a forger that makes fake images and tries to pass them off as real, and the discriminator, which acts like a detective, trying to figure out if the generator's images are real or fake. The discriminator has been trained on datasets of lots of real images, so it has an idea of what to look out for. When it identifies a fake image, it tells the generator where it went wrong. The generator then tries again to fool the discriminator. They both play this game over and over and over again, trying to compete against each other until eventually the generator gets really good at fooling the discriminator. A feature common amongst all AI image generators is that the quality of the outputs will depend on the quality of the datasets, the millions of labeled images that the AI has. This is why.
So when I talk about bias, this video easily says that the data which we people are providing to AI, on that data, they are discriminating. You can see that report where the doctors are considered to, more doctors are female doctors, but when an analysis were done with AI, it became biased. So when algorithmic bias and discriminations come, the hiring process changes. So if the business people or the authorities only go according to the AI processes, then the hiring practices will not provide proper results. And it will be again biased on gender or race. Similarly, criminal justice and financial services also will come under the same aspect of algorithmic bias or discrimination. Now, how many of you, before putting any data on internet, think about whether it should be put or not? Do we think we provide any kind of data, any pictures, any videos on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Instagram, and so many other social sites also? Are we secure? No, because let me tell you, educators, AI works totally on data. It works totally and totally on the collection of data. And so the privacy and the security of data is very essential, because AI systems are vulnerable to cyber attacks. Yes, they'll breach and but if we have done our homework, like how to secure our data. Are we sending proper emails? Have we put when you're sending an email, to whom are you sending? When you're picking a mobile phone, your mobiles can listen to you. If you are not speaking, if you are just talking to your friends, they are listening. Because when you open your browsers, you have to have those security things switched on. They should not listen to you. When you're sending, what is phishing emails, what are malwares, and what are distributed denial of services? What happens when when phishing emails, when you have emails which are sent by a certain website which you don't know, and a sensitive information can be revealed by tricking the user. We all get, now since we all are registering for workshops, several websites keep on sending you workshop informations, and we try to connect to them, we share our data with them. Please do not do it. First check whether the data which you are sharing with them is correct or not. These things, we see, security will not come from outside somewhere. We have to secure our data. It is our duty to practice proper security. आप घर से निकलते हैं, लॉक लगाते हैं, you check twice. And if you are going for a long vacation, you check everything, don't you? So how can you leave your data like this in hands of people who can misuse it? And see, AI works on data. Again and again, I'm telling you, without data, it cannot give results. Now, deep fakes, you might have come across some of the news regarding deep fake. Anybody who can share any fake news which has come regarding deep fakes, and if you know about it, I'll tell you, I have a video, I'll show you that. But can anybody tell me, आपने सुना है deep fake के बारे में? किसी ने भी?
There was one news that AI robot has committed suicide for the office work. this came from the deepfake only, that AI machine is doing suicide.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yes, ma'am. I heard that two persons were sitting at the same place. It means one is here on the screen and other one is somewhere else. So these are the examples of deep fakes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Thank you so much, Anshu ma'am. Thank you, Tina ma'am. So you know about deepfakes. Deepfake, let me tell you, there was an incident about Mr. Sachin Tendulkar. He was being dragged for by a gaming organization, and he was speaking about that gaming organization and advertising about it. Mr. Sachin Tendulkar came on X and said that this is not me. Kindly look into it. I have been uh, never doing these types of things where money is involved, and I am being taken by deep fake. So you are not doing it. But see, again, I'm telling you, when you're sharing your pictures, when you're sharing your information, somebody is capturing it. And they make and they influence people. Majorly, they take those people who can influence younger generation. एक क्वेश्चन और मेरा आप लोगों से है, we all are now grown ups majorly, so when do you think is the correct time to give your child a mobile? Anybody can tell me when is it a correct time to give mobile to our children? We don't know. Nobody knows. See, we are millennial parents, but we are first generation AI users also. We also don't know when to give it to our child, but we need to keep an eye about what our child is looking into, because you never know what type of information the child is looking into, which is useful. Child doesn't know whether it is useful or not. They get manipulated by such type of videos and news. So autonomous weapons and ethics of AI, these engage target human intervention. When I talked about Sachin Tendulkar, why I said this? Because he is an icon for us also and for the children also. So it is very easy to capture his views and show it to the people and make them learn. Now comes the ethical concern. He himself came for it that I haven't done it. He made his intentions because he knew that the consequences which will come because of that will be wrong. And governments are doing it and they are regularizing, but it will take time. Since AI came in 2021 only, use of proper AI. So according to it, different rules and regulations have to be formed, to be developed. And it is, since it's in its infancy, more time would be required to for having proper rules and regulations for it. Since government also doesn't they are not clear what type of framework should we give, because every day something new is coming. Every day the misuse level is increasing. I don't know how many of you have heard about warm GPT, WORM. Anybody has heard about warm GPT? It is not chat GPT, but it is warm GPT, WORM. So this is a little bit of homework which I'm giving you. Tomorrow I have one session, in first session tomorrow also I have. So I'll ask you that time, what is warm GPT? Anybody who can tell me tomorrow, this is a homework. I'm not asking to give an answer right away, but see what it is and compare it with ChatGPT and see how difficult it is for our children to understand what is right and wrong. And in our classes also, I'll always suggest you take 2 minutes or 5 minutes. Children will love to talk about AI. But please, we are the one who have to balance this innovation and safety for our children's concern. So in the classes also, if 5 minutes you can give, not every day, in a week, in 15 days, and talk what innovation has come and how safety has to be implemented, what potential risks are involved in these AI challenges. Because you cannot stop AI now. It children will use it, everybody will use it. We need to, we elders, because we know that what is right and what is wrong. So kindly tell children this coordination, yes, it will come from government, it has to come through government also. But we as educators, if we start teaching children right and wrong from day one, from today onwards, that what is wrong, how it can be misleading, and how you can be put into a risk situation. If we start from us, just imagine if we teachers will start globally, this coordination will begin and we will able to tell children what is wrong and what is right. Limit. How can we do it? Limit the control. Wherever, see, in WhatsApp, you have two steps control. Try to limit whatever you are doing so that your data doesn't get breached. Unauthorized access, do not, if a gaming, you like a game, you're playing a game and one more game come in between and you start using it, do not do it. Do not give this access to these small apps which come in between. Firewalls, provide firewalls. You must have these firewalls to protect your not mobiles, your laptops, your devices. Now on. Encryption, yes, please keep on changing your passwords of your email IDs anywhere, and please do not save it in your mobiles. When I started, I told your AI is listening to everything what you are saying, what you are doing. It is capturing everything. So do not put, we have this tendency, याद नहीं रहेगा, पासवर्ड लिख के रख लेते हैं. आप लिख के रखिए, but make a diary or something.
मैसेज क्या देखती है, फोन नहीं बजा नहीं सुनाता. नहीं नहीं, वो मैं बच्चा.
Do not write it in your mobiles or on your emails or on your drives, wherever you can access it. Please, if you all remember, olden time, my parents used to do it. They used to keep a small diary for writing even the phone numbers and everything. Now we have to start doing it. And if we'll do it, we can teach our children to do it. This is a very, very small thing, but very important. Transparency and explainability. AI systems are designed which are very transparent. आपको लगता है they are transparent, but because of data, they can start taking their own decisions. Bias, I have already told you. We have to be very ethical and responsible in using this. It's very easy to get afraid of thing and leave it. Use ही नहीं करते, छोड़ देते हैं. But it will not happen with AI. You cannot leave AI, you cannot leave the technological development which is coming. And when I started, you only told me we're using it in shopping, lesson planning, report writing. So this is helping you. So where to draw a line, we have to teach and we have to learn by ourselves also. this is a small video which I wanted to show you all.
Every day, AI helps people with their personal lives, jobs, transportation, education, health, and more, maybe even without them realizing it. Here are some examples of AI in action on a typical day. In the morning, a teenager wakes up and uses facial recognition to unlock her phone. She scrolls through social media feeds to see what's new. Then she asks the voice assistant on her phone what the weather is going to be like that day so she knows how to dress for school. A college student uses an app on his phone to deposit a birthday check from his grandmother. He takes a photo of the check, and the app automatically reads the handwriting to figure out the amount. It then deposits it into his account. Meanwhile, a younger student uses a different app that is teaching her a new language. The app listens to what she says and can recognize what she's saying even if she makes mistakes. The app then gives her personalized feedback on her pronunciation. At the same time, a person gets in their car to go to work, and the navigation system plans the fastest route based on current traffic. In the car, they listen to a music streaming service, which already knows what types of songs they like based on what they listened to before. When a factory worker arrives at her job, she sees that, as usual, humans and robots are both assembling cars. The robots do some of the more dangerous or repetitive tasks, like welding or painting. AI helps the robots recognize the tools they need to pick up or check parts to make sure they have been cut exactly right. When the cars are completed, computers help manage inventory and plan efficient shipping routes to deliver them around the world. Now, meet a farmer who's checking on her crops. She notices that some of her plants look unhealthy. She pulls out her smartphone and uses an app to take a photo of the leaves. The app can detect crop disease and also identify harmful insects. The app identifies the problem and recommends treatment. A surgeon is using AI to help make a medical diagnosis for a patient, and then a robot helps her perform a successful surgery. Afterwards, she goes to visit patients in a nursing home, where robots gently lift seniors in and out of bed and help them move around. In the meantime, a traveler needs to book a flight to another city. An automated customer service chatbot helps him book his ticket on the phone. Once he's on board, autopilot flies the plane for much of the flight. AI is even used in space. On the International Space Station, an astronaut talks to a free-floating robot that helps with chores and does jobs that are risky for humans. Now that you've learned about how other people use AI every day, think about how you use it. Spend a few minutes thinking about this question. What are 3 ways that you or someone you know uses AI? Every day.
So, see, I don't want everybody to get, say, I mean to say, you should not get only see the risk in AI. I showed you this video because this brings a positivity. How and where we are using it, every day we are using it. And it is helping us. And you all will agree with me that yes, AI is helping us majorly. But what concerns me is the pressing problems which will come with it. So ethically and wisely, by working together, we can touch these points and we can discuss it with our students and tell them. And I'm 100% sure they'll come with different solutions for us also. They'll teach us. So this will be both the ways, both educator and the child learning together. So by working together, we can ensure that AI benefits the society as a whole, and we as educators provide that. Here I come to the end of the session. If somebody wants to ask anything from me. Any questions, any queries if you have? Nobody. So thank you so much, sir, for providing me this opportunity to talk about the misuse. I emphasized on both the things, the positivity and the negativity, but Negative we have to remove and positive we have to be. So I guess I made myself understood, and I've just given one homework to everyone. So everybody will search about that worm today. Thank you so much, sir.
Misuse is more dangerous than use.
Yes, sir. It is. It is.
Wonderful session. Wonderful.
Thank you.